Welcome everybody to a Canuckleheads video. We are doing the 2022 reverse retro jerseys. These just came out Thursday, October 20th, I think it was. So Chris has so graciously put together this list very quickly. And Chris, would you please kick off the first ranking?
Yeah, for sure. So I thought for this one, we could go in reverse alphabetical order and kind of puts Canucks a little later in the list too.
All right.
So we'll just start with the Wild here.
So you have their first reverse retros and the second, or the new ones?
I should explain that. Yeah. So the one on the left is the new ones. And then I've included the one from 2 years ago, the 21 reverse retros are on the right for comparison.
That is awesome.
So I didn't include all the references for like what it's based on and stuff, but I thought just, comparison for what they did last year.
Right. So yeah, you start, right, Chris?
Sure. So I guess, at first I was like not that impressed. It's really similar, but the Subway vibes are gone. I feel like it is a lot less Subway feeling. It was like pretty good before, but then those kind of tweaks made it a little better. So I feel like with a lot of these jerseys, they're kind of like a response to last time in one way or another. So I think this is a good kind of tweak, but it's like a little too similar. So I don't know. I would probably put it like second line personally.
Yeah, it is basically like the home version of last year's. It does work better. It's more Minnesota North Stars than Subway, like you said. But I agree with your ranking. I still really like it, but I don't like it enough to demand it to be an all-star or anything.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that the more white kind of adds the Subway vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm good with like second line. I'm like, yeah, second line's fine.
All right.
All right, Wes, the Dallas Stars.
Who I ripped this last one to pieces, the one on the right, because I really didn't like the all white version. I like the one on the left a lot more than new reverse retro. One thing I kind of noticed is they all kind of have that orange NHL logo.
Yeah, they went with the old school NHL.
Yeah, the NHL logo is also retro, which is kind of cool. It doesn't look as good, but it's like cool that they did a retro logo.
Just another little piece. Yeah, no, I like this jersey a lot more. I'd say probably second line for me still, though. Like, it's not blowing me out of the water, but I like it more.
It's worlds ahead of their first one. I wish they would have taken their first jersey layout, but in these colors. That would have been great. But yeah, this is way better, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think second line also sounds about right. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like kind of different. I don't hate it. So yeah, no strong feelings.
All right, now on to the San Jose Sharks. This is me. So this is a reference to the California Golden Seals. The colors are great. It's just, it does one of the things that I think is so boring in jerseys where you just spell the name of the team or the city. Like, why don't you just do a San Jose Sharks jersey in those colors? Like, have the shark logo in there. That would have been great.
Yeah.
To me, this is just the third line. Like, the colors are awesome, but it's just, that's it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I like the colors a lot, and I think it could have been really good, like you said, but it isn't. The Sharks, it just feels like, I don't know, like lazy, and like it doesn't even feel finalized. It was like placeholder word until they finished the logo,
Yeah, like the California Golden Seals, their jersey only ever said Seals. They didn't have like a traditional logo like the shark here. So I get that part, but still, just throw the shark on there. Everybody knows what you're doing. Like, you can still have it or something. Like,
yeah, and I feel like they could have made the shark logo pretty cool with these colors too. So they kind of just missed a little bit with the center logo. I don't really love the slanted stripes on the sleeves coming up to the shoulders either. I don't know why they decided to go that route, but I'm good with like third line or.
Yeah, I think third line.
I think it holds third line just because of the colors.
Yeah,
like literally, I was going to say the same thing. That's the only thing saving it from the bench. And what Justin was saying about the just kind of text too, like quite a few of the jerseys this year did that, and a couple work and a lot don't. And I think this one does not.
All right, on to the Ottawa Senators. Chris?
I don't know. It's kind of cool. It feels very modern. I don't know how retro it is. I don't. There's maybe a specific jersey it is referencing. Do you know that, Justin?
No, I do know they've used like a similar jersey to this before. It's like it's not bad. It just kind of seems like a traditional Ottawa Senators jersey, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's nothing too special. I like the black, and the kind of shape of it is unique, and it doesn't look terrible. So I would
Yeah,
maybe even put it like second line. That's about where I think it fits for me.
I think so.
Yeah, for me, like I like the amount of red on the sleeves. I'm a big red guy though, big red fan.
I'm a
So
big pants fan.
exactly. So and I kind of like the like curvy lines going across the bottom of the jersey too.
Yeah.
I think out of the Ottawa Senators reverse retros, this might be my favorite one, but I still think it's like second line.
Like second line. I think we're all pretty in agreement there.
Yeah.
All right, Wes, the Buffalo Sabres.
I like that they went back to the Buffalo head. For me, that's almost first line just for that reason alone. But I don't really love the rest of the jerseys. I like how they kind of did the new colors with the old school jersey. For me, it's probably still like second line, but it's teetering first line.
Yeah, like this Sabres jersey, the original one, the black and red one, is like one of the best jerseys ever. I do really like it in these colors. But the weird thing is they're using the original jerseys as the third jersey this year.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird having the same like new look but in different colors, but it's also kind of cool. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that like adds or detracts for me.
I don't know. I like it a lot. I don't really know the other jerseys that it's kind of riffing off of, but I think it's way better than what they did last year or last time. I don't know. I think like first, second line somewhere on the fence there. So
Personally, I'm
like,
first line, but Wes, it's your ranking. So
Well, it's like I said, I think it's kind of teetering first line. Honestly, just because of the Buffalo head, I'll go first line. I
I
don't
think
know.
first line's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
pretty
like the
solid.
colors
Actually.
aren't terrible either. So
yeah, they don't
no,
make it worse than the original one.
no.
Yeah, it's pretty unique. It's way different than last time, and yeah, it's cool.
All right, the Detroit Red Wings. This is me, right?
Yeah.
We can just put this on the bench again. Like this. So this the big thing with this. The Red Wings are like, oh, it's the first time we have black in our jersey. It still sucks. Delete it. Bench it.
Yeah, it's really funny to me. You look at Buffalo's last two, it's kind of funny you put these two side by side because whoever the design guy is for Buffalo is killing it, and whoever the design guy is for Detroit is flunking bad.
Yeah.
Well, I learned that it's Adidas that does these, and I think their like in-house team is kind of like responsible. I don't know if they work with the teams directly or how that works, but yeah, like there is kind of a vibe for all of the jerseys this year. I think it like has more of like an overall kind of cohesiveness to it, but this is wacky. I don't know what the hell happened here. Like it's just crazy. I don't know what they were trying to do, but it does not
Yeah.
work.
Like it looks like a knockoff. Like it sucks.
It's a bench. I'm not even going to get too much more negative. I wanted to just go off on a tangent.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, the New York Rangers, Chris, and I think they did exactly what we said would look best in the last video.
Yeah,
That is funny.
For sure. Like the colors, really are the tweak that it needed, and it looks like it's not that different, but it looks way different. It's so much better.
Yeah,
I don't know if I like love it enough to quite call it all-star, but like definitely first line. I think it's really solid.
I agree with you. It like that's such a nice blue, and like for them to not use that as the primary the first time, like they make up for it here. I'm pretty happy with first line.
Yeah, and it's funny for me too because like we talked about like the T-shirt kind of look on the last video, and this kind of does that. But I like the amount of red in the logo and the amount of red on the collar and on the numbers. It just kind of works.
Yeah,
I agree.
All right, Wes, on to the Nashville Predators.
I don't think there's a single Nashville Predators jersey I actually like. So for me, it's always just kind of negativity coming out of my mouth whenever I see one of these jerseys. This one, actually, because the black, I actually like it a lot more. I'd probably go second line with this jersey. It's one of the nicer Nashville jerseys, in my opinion.
See, for me, if they use their current logo on it, I would like it better. That logo is just so weird. Like
I kind of like that.
It doesn't look mean though. It looks like it's just
cartoonish.
Confused.
It's cartoonish. I mean? Yeah.
I like it. I would third line this one, but I'm whatever you guys think.
Yeah. So, okay, there were a couple of things I noticed, like I was saying about the overall having kind of a theme for these ones. And like the text word is one, and then the cartoon image is the other. And I think like last year, the Ducks killed it, right? Like their cartoon drawing jersey was so cool. And so I think there were a few that tried to kind of riff on that. And I think that's what this is trying to do. And it's just kind of weird. I don't know. It's like very like comic booky, but I don't know if that's the right kind of vibe for it. I don't know.
Like Wes, what you said about the actual like the black and everything, it looks really good. It's just the logo.
And that's what I don't like about the Nashville Predators jersey for me is the blue and the yellow. I just don't like it. So with the black and the yellow, it works a little bit better for me. I don't know why. I like it a little bit more.
Yeah. You like it enough to push for second line? I feel like it belongs on third line, but we could go.
Yeah, I feel like with what you and Justin said, it goes to third line. But honestly, I like this jersey a little bit more than any other Nashville Predators jersey.
That's totally fair.
It's all relative.
Yep. All right, on to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Boy, this is a nice jersey.
I like this one.
These are so good. The Robo Penguin. I think I'm first lining it. It's just like the colors work great. I love that logo. Instantly, I think of like Lemieux and Yager when they're winning cups, before they won cups.
Yeah.
And like in total, they might have two of the best reverse retro jerseys because their first ones are great too. As much as I just said, I don't really like when they say just the words. These ones do it right. Mm-hmm. The Robo Penguin's great, and I want to put it in first line.
Go ahead, Chris.
I think first line is definitely fair. I mean, I could even be maybe swayed to all-star, but I don't know. Maybe it's too much like the regular jerseys to quite push it up there. So yeah, I think first line's probably right. I think I like it better than their last ones. But like when there's a strong one last time, it's kind of hard to like do something new and make it as good. So I think, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, definitely think first line's appropriate.
Yeah, this one blows the old one out of the water. Like,
I think so.
The proportions of it, like just like where the colors are and like the lines on the sleeves, the way they are, the amount of yellow and the amount of black. I just think these jerseys are fire all the way around. Like it's teetering all-star for me, but I think first line's accurate.
I do like too how the logo is a V, and then you have the V on the shoulders and the arms too. It flows really nicely.
I think it looks awesome.
Yeah. Maybe these are all-star. Are we all-star in these?
And the numbers are big on the sleeve.
Fuck it, let's all-star it.
I like it.
Yeah, okay. I can agree with that.
I like it a lot.
All right, Chris, the Florida Panthers.
I don't know. So this, I'm just going to say, was like at the top of some of the lists that I was pulling from. So obviously some people like it. It's obviously a reference to something. Justin, do you know what it is?
This was the shoulder patch on their original jerseys. The blue comes from their third jerseys that they used a couple seasons ago.
Okay, it's like weird clip art. I don't know. It's like, it's cool, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was like, how the hell is this at the top of the list that I don't like it that much? But it's kind of weird. I don't know. For me, it's like third line.
Oh, I think this is the first one we're in disagreement on, Chris. I love this jersey. I like that blue is so nice. It works with the original Florida colors too, like the red and the yellow and the darker blue. The logo is a little weird, but as far as like a shoulder patch goes, I feel like it does work as a primary. But yeah, I'm into them.
See, and for me, when I first seen this jersey, I didn't know how I felt about the red. I was kind of like a little bit thrown off, but then when I started to look at it more, I just liked it more. For me, it's like it's in between first line and second line, just because the red kind of threw me off at first, but I definitely do like the jersey. Like, I like the layout of it and I like the design of it. But yeah, it's like it's teetering second, first for me, but I know why a lot of people like these.
Are you willing to second line it, Chris? Is that
Yeah, I can be bumped up to second. I don't get it, but I get that people like it more than I do.
Yeah. Okay, Wes, on to the Edmonton Oilers.
I said this in the last video that I would have liked it if their reverse retro had this logo instead, just because you can do so much with it. And granted, here they didn't really tweak the colors in the logo as much as I would have liked.
Yeah, the big thing is the orange on the jersey used to be silver. That's the big difference now.
100%. And I like that they used this logo. It's just I felt they could have did a little bit more with the colors on it.
Yeah, like if that darker color was the Oilers blue, like in the logo, that would have been really nice, I think.
Yeah.
But it is kind of like with the outline of the gear there is like the blue and then the orange. So it's kind of a cool play on like having the, the more standard kind of logo. So it's neat.
I get why they used the really dark blue, because that's the color from this logo. But I would have liked it if they would have made it kind of the lighter blue. Just, I don't know. I think it would have looked cooler.
I agree.
I don't know. I think these are like second line, but I do like that they used this logo for the reverse retro.
Yeah, like I think they're first line, but I'm not like pounding the table for it. I do really like this jersey. And it went for using like this rocket logo. It's super cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I kind of was thinking first line too, honestly. Like, this isn't my favorite logo of theirs, but like they kind of have to do it if they're going to do a few reverse retros. Yeah, and I think this is a cool interpretation of it. So I really like it.
And like the Oilers are one of those teams too. Like they only have the one logo outside of this one, so it is hard to make like a different reverse retro, like you were saying. So they did a good job.
Yeah.
I think if. Go ahead.
No, sorry. I was just going to say the gray that's on the sleeves and at the bottom of the jersey probably would have looked good around the neck.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of went solid color. But this is also the only jersey where that orange NHL logo really works in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. That is very true. I think if what Wes said, if they would have gone with the lighter blue, this probably would have been all-star. But I think if you can be swayed, Wes, then I think first line maybe, yeah. No,
I'm still second line, but you guys are kind of majority first line. So if you guys want to put it on the first line, I'm not mad at that at all. It's kind of majority.
It's your pick, though, right?
Second line.
All right. Yeah.
All right, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are leagues better than their first crack at the reverse retro. For me, it's kind of just a typical Leafs jersey, but it looks so good. I love it. I love the shoulder patch, like the shoulder pads, I guess. The white and the blue is just classic. Like everything works on this first line for me for these.
And it's really funny to me. Like the one on the right with Matthews looks like a Walmart version.
Yeah.
With the detailed white logo, like where you can see the details in the leaves with the Toronto Maple Leafs inside, it just looks so much better. Plus the colors are so much better. This one's like teetering all-star first line for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's like they had a problem to solve. They did really bad last time. And it's a hard jersey to riff on, like they have to keep it classic. There's only so much you can do. But the shoulder pads look great. I think it's enough to kind of make it distinct. And I think it's a significant improvement. I don't know if it's enough to be all-star. I would probably say first line.
Yeah, I think first line is pretty good.
Yeah.
And up next, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Chris?
It's different. It's kind of cool.
I really like you got this one.
Mm-hmm. I like the front of it. I don't like the arms. I don't like the numbers. I don't know. I think overall, I really don't like it, but I want to like it, but I don't.
It's very different. I like that they went so outside of the box.
It's so busy.
But it's a beer league jersey. If you've played on a beer league team, that's a beer league jersey.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to make like, let's have cool numbers and like shit like that, right? Like to me, if they take the lightning off the sleeves, it works a lot better. It's just if there's too much going on, you need to subtract a little bit here.
Yeah, for sure. Like I think they did so much too much that it could even be benched. I think
absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. There were some good ideas there, but they needed to, yes, not go with some of them.
Yeah.
For me, that's a scary jersey. Like that's worse than the Detroit one. Like that's tough.
But
it is kind of insane.
I also don't want to detract from the creativity either, though, because it like the waves and the rain is really cool. It's just there's just a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And like if they were going for like a beer league jersey, they accomplished that. So, you know, maybe that
like who designed this was like a 14-year-old kid, but who needed to design it was like a 34-year-old guy.
Yeah, no, that is accurate.
All right, Wes, we got the Seattle Kraken, who
new entry. They didn't participate last time, so this is their standard jersey on the right since they didn't do one.
Yeah, the Crackheads, obviously they don't have much to work off of. Honestly, kind of like this jersey. I don't hate their home jerseys. I think they're actually a pretty decent jersey, and I think this one's actually pretty cool for a first-time crack at like a real reverse retro, and it gives them something to build off in the future.
I really like it too. I feel like the black stripe in the middle could be a little thinner. It's kind of too big, but I love that they used this blue from their jersey because that's like my favorite part of it.
Yeah, I love the colors. I really like this logo and this team's colors in general. And yeah, like it's like what are they retroing, you know? But it's just a really cool jersey. I love it. Like this is like one of my favorites in this year's lineup. So yeah, it's pretty high on the list for me.
What do you think?
Well, the only thing that I wanted to say about it is maybe they should have went with the anchor on the front. Like go with a different logo instead of your standard logo on the front, because it is a reverse retro. You kind of want to do something a little different.
The anchor, I do feel would have really worked well as a primary logo too.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm good with first line, second line for this. Like I have no issues with either of those.
I would first line it.
Yeah, I would first line it then.
Okay, up next we have the LA Kings, who again nailed it. This is beautiful. I think I want to all-star it.
Go ahead, Chris.
I agree. I think it's really cool. I love just the big logo. I think it works. I think it's like if you're going to do just an image, it's got to work. And yeah, I think this is
and a big thing with the Kings too is like their current logo kind of sucks. Like I'm not super into it. So when you put one of their logos that's actually like nice and like with these colors, it makes such a big difference for me. What do you think, Wes?
See, and I'm like polar opposite with this one.
Really?
That's why I like that all three of us are in on this, because the one on the right, clearly way nicer, in my opinion. The crown logo, I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. The jersey in total, like the purple and gold just always works. I don't know what it is about it. And white, I should say. It always works. So I'm not mad at that. I just don't like the crown on the front.
It's very crown royal.
I'm like almost third line for these. Wow. But
Chris, what did you think for ranking?
I was thinking like first or second line. I don't know if I was thinking all-star, but yeah, sounds like
we split the difference and we first line them.
Yeah.
I think
I'm good with that.
All-star has to be unanimous.
And I'm like way polar opposite, so it makes sense to go first line.
All right,
Chris. The logo is weird, but it is like anyway. We'll move on.
Yeah. Next, we have the Winnipeg Jets. Chris, take it away, please.
Yeah, it's like it's fine. I like that the logo is different. Is this a logo that they've had in the past?
This, I think, is based off their original time in Winnipeg, like when they were the Jets the first go around.
Okay, I like the logo. It's
I
don't know. It's kind of cool. I don't know if it's all-star, but it's not bad. I'm feeling like first or second line.
Yeah, especially when you compare it to the first one, which sucks. Like this is what I wanted, like the nice blue in there. The Jets have a third jersey where it's primarily that blue, but it just says Jets. And like if they put that logo on it, it would have been amazing, I think.
Yeah, honestly, I like this one way more than the last one that they did. I think the colors just work awesome. I like the amount of white and then like that blue they put in there. I just love it. For me, it's a first line, no doubt about it. But wherever you guys want to go with it,
I think I'd second line them.
which it's funny because I'm not a Jets fan. People know that by now. I always rip the Jets. It's off with your heads every time we play you. But this jersey, I really like it.
I agree. Actually, I kind of feel like it is maybe a first line. And one of the things is like this is one of the most like retro feeling jerseys so far. Like
Yeah.
a lot of them have been cool jerseys, but not very retro.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think this is pretty high up there. You can be swayed to first, Justin.
Yeah, first line works with me.
If the Kings one made it, then this one's making it.
Okay, Wes, we got the New York Islanders, who finally, after years, listened to the fans and went with the Fishermen.
I was literally just going to say that. Like, at least this time they made a crack at making a reverse retro jersey. The last years, like what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's literally a New York Islanders jersey. This at least is a reverse retro jersey. I'm still putting it second line. I'm not in love with it. I'm just really happy they at least made a crack at making a reverse retro.
Yeah, like when we talk about reverse retro, this is everything. This is an old jersey layout with the current colors, which is nice. I think the original Fisherman one looks better, but I'm not against second lining it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think second line is exactly where it belongs. I think it's way ahead of last time because last time shouldn't have counted. But that still doesn't necessarily put them that far ahead. So yeah, I think second line is accurate. I like the the old logo and the new colors on it are a good spin on it. So it's a little much, like the angled lines and the shoulders. It's just like maybe a little too much to be higher than that. But yeah, not bad.
All right. Up next, the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm kind of torn between bench and third line. This jersey layout, I really like. It's cool. The kind of the blocks in the line at the bottom. But it just says Kane. Like, this sucks. Bench it.
Yeah, no, it's a bench. The Canes, like, are they the old men? I don't know. The candy canes. It's so stupid. I hate it so much.
Especially like when you can do so much cool when your name is the Hurricanes, right? Like you could have such a cool logo with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, what's going on with the C? Why is that?
I think it's because I'm such a big red guy that I kind of like this one. And they've had these blocks kind of in the bottom of the jersey before. For me, it's like a second line, but I see why people could rip this jersey apart just because, like Justin said, there's so many cool things you could do with it, and they just kind of went pretty average with it.
Yeah, the blocks are cool. I think, yeah, I don't know. It could have been good, but yeah, I don't know. Do you know what is going on with the C? Why there's the kind of wrap around? Is that a thing?
It looks like it's the flag, the Hurricane flag, I think is kind of in there. I can't really tell though. And also, I think so. Like All Stars should be unanimous and bench should be unanimous. So maybe we third line this one then, even though it sucks.
No, that's fair. I strongly disagree, but that's fine.
Well, just look at the two that are in bench, and I feel like this one's at least a little better than those.
That's a fair point, but still,
just because people call them the Canes, like it's so stupid. I hate it, but it's okay.
Yeah. No,
hey, Chris, onto the Vegas Golden Knights.
And then this one right after it is like way better. Like out of all the ones that are just a word across the jersey, this is the only good one in my opinion. I think Vegas is like a cool word anyway, and it looks really cool. It's a good spin. They didn't have a lot to work with last time. I know Weston really didn't like the previous jersey. I think this is just like so much better. I think it blows away what they did last time, and overall is one of my favorites of the year. I would probably put it all-star for me. But
the cool thing about this one too, right? They use kind of like a medieval font for Vegas, so which works for the Knights. This also glows in the dark. The Vegas does, which is really cool. And again, another unique thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that in an NHL jersey before. I like him, but I don't think I like him as much as you, Chris. Or we had a weird glitch there. I think I was talking about how it glows in the dark. I don't think we've ever had an NHL jersey do that. I don't like them as much as you. I think it's a first line for me. One thing, like, looks kind of like a Canucks jersey again. Like, if that gold was yellow, that's a Canucks jersey. Just putting that out there.
It is kind of funny because, like, last reverse retro they did, I absolutely hated it. And I think it's because they did overkill on the red. So much red with that little black and gold, it just looks terrible to me. But the amount of black they used this season with a little bit of red, I like a lot more. Like Justin said, kind of that medieval font as well. Like, it's a first line for me.
Okay.
So I would say though that the numbers are kind of weird, and they would probably keep it from maybe being all-star too. If Justin can be swayed to first line, I think it belongs up there.
I think first line, yeah.
I'm good with that.
Okay, Wes, we have the Philadelphia Flyers, who, one thing we should mention with this, I believe in the warm-ups, they're going to be wearing the Cooperalls, which are a full hockey pant. Like, it's not like the shorts, it's like a waist to ankles pants. So that's kind of what these are off of.
And for me, that even the idea of that is tough to me. Like, I just can't get my head around that. But I actually kind of like this jersey. I like the subtlety with the orange. Like, they always overkill the orange just because that's their main color. I like the white on this one. I think it looks pretty sick. I think it's a second line for me.
I would kind of agree with that. Philly, like we talked about in the last video, is a hard team to do reverse retros for because it just seems like they always have the same jersey. So, like, they are trying, and this does look good. I do like it.
Yeah.
Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think second line is perfect. I think it, again, last time barely counted. So this is like way better than that. I think it looks decent. I don't have any real issues with it. It just doesn't like blow me away. But yeah, I definitely think second line is good.
All right. All right. Up next, we have the Calgary Flames. I don't know how to feel about this. It's a lot going on, but I do like the uniqueness of it. I think overall I got to give it a third line. Like, it's just a little too weird for me. I appreciate the creativity behind it. I know this was also kind of a jersey layout they had before, but I don't know. It doesn't work for me.
For me, I'm just going to go before you, Chris. I'm so sorry, but I cannot appreciate the creativity on this one. It was like they tried to take the Golden Knights theme a little bit with that freaking disgusting color they put in there. And then the fact that that stripe kind of goes up towards the logo and just dead ends, it drives me up the wall. I can't stand it. It's a bench.
I couldn't agree more. I think Justin is being very generous. I think it is stupid looking. I think just because they made this horrendous choice before doesn't mean they should do it again. I think the stripe is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. I don't understand it. I think adding the yellow could have been fine with this version of the jersey to do like their newer colors with this logo, maybe. I don't have that issue with it. It's really the stripe that is just killing it for me, and I just am like baffled. If Justin doesn't agree to bench, I guess it's not.
I can bench it. I don't have stuff for it. I just didn't think it was as bad as the other two, but if you guys hate it that much, I'm on board.
I hate it.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
bench.
It's bad.
Chris, the Anaheim Ducks.
So, okay, this is hard because, again, they crushed it last time. I think if I had to give a number one last time reverse retro jersey, it would be to the Ducks. I don't know if they got the number one spot again, but you can't do the same thing again. This is fine. This is cool. I don't hate it. They had, it's hard to, have two, home runs in a row. So I would say like second line.
Yeah, what I like is it's the new colors with the old logo, like the old style. I think it's probably like a third line, second line for me. It's right on the verge of second line, but like you said, like when you just knock a home run out of the park like last time, like how do you compete with that? So
yeah, and especially like they've done this setup before with the old colors too, so like you can't just do that because it's. You know what I mean? So it's a tough situation they're in, and I think second line is right.
Yeah.
Wes, the New Jersey Devils. So this is based off the Colorado Rockies. When they folded, they went to New Jersey. So this was their colors beforehand.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Honestly, I kind of like how the logo in the center looks like it's textured a little bit. Like it looks like it's kind of like that carpet material. I kind of like that aspect to it. It's probably like, I keep teetering in between two. I got to stop doing that. I'm just going third line. For me, I was going to say teetering second line. We're just going third.
Yeah, I have no strong feelings for it either way. It looks a lot like if you just put a Panthers logo on there, like it could be a Panthers jersey to me, just the colors.
The colors.
So yeah, I have no strong feelings either way. I agree with Wes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really different. It's like, much different than what they did last time, different than anything they really have, but kind of playing on some things they've done before. I would maybe lean a little bit higher, but I think third line's about right. It's definitely nothing amazing.
Yeah. Well, and the thing, not to jump ahead, but Colorado did a Rockies jersey too. So it's weird to have the two in the same kind of line. Like they didn't think hey, maybe somebody should do something different here. So that's one of the things that kind of, I don't know, I'm less into it because of that. Okay, on to the Arizona Coyotes. I almost said the Phoenix Coyotes. And it's me, right?
Yeah.
So these, I think I want to third line them. They're okay. The thing that I think is really cool about them, though, right, is with the purple one, it's almost like a night theme. With this one, it's almost like a day theme. So it's cool. You have two different aspects of the desert. I just don't think they're kind of dull for how bright they are and everything. They don't really pop to me. So I think third line.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. And honestly, on the last jersey, the only thing I didn't like was the color of the skyline / the brownish. Yeah, which they use that as the primary here, which with the burgundy looks a lot better. But I think for me, it's still third line.
I actually like it a lot. I think it really has desert vibes. I think the colors are really different and they're really cool. I thought I really liked the jersey they did last time, and this was very similar to that, obviously. But I thought, like Justin said, it was kind of like a night mode, day mode kind of thing. So I liked it a lot, but I don't know if it's enough to sway anyone. So I think third line's probably okay.
It's cool that they're kind of related and everything, but it's just the same jersey with different colors, which kind of, is less interesting to me. I think third line is where it belongs.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's fair for sure.
Okay, Chris, we got the Washington Capitals.
I don't know. I don't want to do this. It's fine. I don't hate it. It's just different colors again, kind of similar. It's fine. It feels lazy. Feels like third line to me. Yeah.
I really like this. I would first line it. Again, in the theme of reverse retro, it's not really that. It's just kind of their old jersey. But it's such a nice jersey. And the colors work. I don't know. And it does suck because they did the same thing last year, right? It's just kind of copy and paste, but different colors.
Yeah.
So there's that aspect. A couple of the things I've seen on this, this is one of the most popular ones too, right? This is kind of a fan favorite. To me, I would first line it, but I also understand that there's certain aspects of the reverse retro that aren't being captured here.
Yeah, and for me, the last reverse retro, the one with TJ Oshie in the picture there, I like a lot more than this one. I like that they used the old colors to kind of spin off on this one, but for me, it's second line.
So we're all over the
Yeah.
I think second line is probably where that landed, just kind of in the middle there.
We can second line it. One thing I will say before we get on to that bad boy, I wish maybe they did the primary in that blue for this jersey. I think maybe that would have looked really nice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they could have spiced that one up a little bit.
Yeah, that could have worked better for sure.
Okay, Wes, the Vancouver Canucks.
See, and this one, it's kind of funny because it's another one where last time they killed it so good. It's how do you compete with that? This one I really like. When Justin sent it to me, I was like, I have to buy one just because it's so unique. I like how it's the Johnny Canuck logo. I'm just not a big fan of taking the numbers off the sleeve and putting it on the chest like that. I know that lots of hockey jerseys in the past have done that. It's just that one thing alone doesn't really thrill me. But I think it's definitely still a first line jersey. It didn't hit it out of the park like the Sprite jerseys did for me.
So for me, when I first saw this, I really didn't like it, but I've kind of sat with it for a couple of days, and I'm really starting to change my mind about it. Like this. I think the Johnny Canuck is really cool. The one weird thing with the striping on the bottom and the long green sleeves, it's almost like they took the bottom half and the top half of a jersey and put them together. So I wish it would flow a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I kind of love it now. I'm a big having the tie in the chest. I really like that. The Canucks have never had that before, so I like that that's a feature. It's cool that to me that the numbers are on the chest and they're only on one arm. I'm interested to see when these are live, like if the C is on the other side too, which would be kind of unique.
Yeah.
I kind of want to all-star these, to be honest.
Oh my God.
Completely changed my mind.
Funny. Like when you sent it to me, I was like kind of surprised. You seemed like you didn't like it that much. And I was like, I'm saving my comment.
Yeah, I didn't.
Love it.
I didn't like them at first, and then I've been looking at them for the last 2 days, and I'm like, I think I love them.
I love them. I think they're an all-star. I think they're the only team that had killed it last time and killed it again this time, did something completely different than what they did last time, and something that works so well. I think for what I said about the Ducks, last time with the cartoon logo kind of inspiring a lot of the ones this time, I think this is the only one that pulled it off. I think this is like a logo that makes sense to be on the front. It looks like an old jersey, but it doesn't feel old. I don't know. It's so unique, and I just think it's like a retro in all the right ways. I couldn't be happier with it. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to all-star it.
For the reverse retro aspect, they definitely always nail that for some weird reason. For me, like it's first line for me.
Give me the all-star one.
It's literally the numbers. It's the numbers that do it for me, man. I don't know why. I just don't like that. I don't like how they took it off the sleeve and put it on the chest, but it is what it is. Wherever you guys want to go with it.
No, that's fair. The numbers are weird, but I like that they're weird, and I like that it is something that is a retro thing. But again, probably some bias coming into play, and first line is probably more fair. But I don't know. I think they really nailed it. But yeah.
So one thing I will say is because obviously we're Canucks fans, I know the most about this one. This is based off the 1962. I think it's the Vancouver Canucks. Maybe it's the Millionaires or something. But so those jerseys I think were red and blue. So again, this is like super good reverse retro, right? An old jersey with the current colors, like so in that aspect again, they nailed it. Yeah. So if we're not,
they have a lot of jerseys to riff on, right? Like they've had one of the widest kind of evolutions over the years, probably too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is me. Yeah, it's me. Okay. Montreal Canadiens. I love these jerseys. It's weird because I think Florida is basically the exact same blue. The Kraken one is a little bit close to this, but I don't know. These stand out to me. Again, like we talked about Montreal, it's hard to do a reverse retro because they're such a pretty set franchise in the way their jerseys look. I love these. I would first line these.
Yeah, I would be leaning to all-star, honestly. I thought that their last ones barely counted. They're basically just their standard jerseys. These are unique, but still don't feel like they're straying too far from the design. The color is like a good new color to kind of throw in there. I just think it is such a nice, all they did is change one color and even just the tint of one color, but I think it really nailed it and is exactly what they needed to have something unique. So maybe all-star is a little generous because it is literally just a slight color shift, but I just think it was so much more actually reverse retro, or at least something interesting based on having done nothing last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because for me, It's a second line. I don't love it, but the fact that they did something really different this time bumps it up for me. The fact that they don't really have much to work off, it is hard to do something unique, and I think they did that this time. So I could see first line for sure.
And so one thing here too, and this is me just speculating, but I'm pretty sure that these are the colors that the Montreal Expos wore, which was the baseball team, the MLB baseball team. So that's kind of unique too, right? Like if you can't change up your franchise colors because they're pretty set, like you're still drawing from the same city and still like
doing something unique.
Yeah. So I think that's a really cool idea too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going first line or second line?
I think first line.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
All
right. Chris, on to the Boston Bruins.
Bear. It's weird. I don't know. I kind of like it. I kind of hate it. I kind of love it. I don't know. I go back and forth on it every time I look at it. It looks kind of shredded in a unique way, which is cool. I kind of love the bear. I don't know. Have they had that logo, or is it just kind of a new version of?
They've used this layout before, so this is an existing logo. But
okay.
So for me, it is retro. It does look retro. Like it looks really 90s. I like it a lot. I like the jersey layout a lot. The bear, I wish looked like angry or something. To me, he just kind of looks confused.
That honestly, I was just about to say the exact same thing. Like that bear is way too cute and cuddly to take it serious out on the ice. Boston's known to be like a pretty tough team. They're hard-nosed. They know how to score goals. They're good defensively. So for that cuddly bear to be on the front, it just kind of throws me off. The rest of the jersey, absolutely love it. If they made a mean bear show some teeth, I'm talking all-star. But for me, it's like second, first line. I really like the jersey. It's just a bear.
Yeah, there's kind of like a silly tone to the jerseys this year. Like they're definitely playful.
Yeah, it's like he's posing for a picture. Like, you know what I mean? Like like trying to be like stoic almost. Like there's no ferocity to it, which there should be.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, just like overall, like just the reverse retro jerseys this year have definitely like a playful tone to them. Like there is kind of like a, not taking themselves too seriously kind of thing. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it belongs too high on the list. I'd probably put it third line.
See, I'd be second or first. Like I have no problems with those.
Yeah. Okay, second I think is good. Yeah.
Meet in the middle.
Okay, Wes, the St. Louis Blues.
Terrible. I hate these jerseys. I thought last time around they killed it. I don't know why. Like I know you guys didn't love this jersey, but I loved the last one, like the one that Schenner's wearing there. This one I just absolutely hated. I think it's atrocious. It's on the bench for me.
I don't agree at all. I really like this jersey. I love the colors. The yellow is a bit much. I wish there was more of that really nice blue in there. Like if the white and blue stripings were reversed, I think it would look a lot nicer. But I really like it. Chris?
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe even switching the blue and the yellow, like I think the yellow is a bit much, and like it is certainly retro. Like that is a weird old logo. Like, is that actually a logo they've had as well?
Well, they've used the note a lot, right? But I don't think they've had the lettering like that before.
Like it looks so old that if it wasn't actually like literally that logo that has existed before, it shouldn't exist now. like if it was made in like the 70s or something, that's understandable. But like I don't like it. It's weird. I don't know. I think it's like third line or bench.
Okay, well, I'm telling you guys right now, we're not benching it, so third line.
Third line,
yeah. No, that's fair. There's something unique for sure, but it doesn't quite work for me.
All right, so it's me with the Columbus Blue Jackets. This they did way better than their first crack at this. I don't mind these at all. I kind of wish they would have used the old logo too, like the CBJ with the stick and everything, because I think that's a really cool logo. These I would second line. Like they're nothing amazing, but they're not awful. And they have blue in
They're blue. Yeah, exactly. They're actually blue. I think that's the biggest improvement. I like the stars on the sleeves. I think those are really nice. I like it a lot. I don't know how like different it is from the jerseys that it's riffing on. But yeah, I mean, I think second line seems about right.
Yeah, like this logo in particular, I'm not a huge fan of. Like the one on the Patrick Laine one there, like with the stars in the logo, like that way, I really like that logo a lot more. I like the colors of this one better, but for me, it's third line. I don't think it's anything too crazy. Like Chris said, I kind of like the stars on the sleeve there, but it doesn't knock it out of the park for me.
Are we feeling second or third?
I think second. When you look at the third lines, it's better than anyone in there.
That's true.
Yeah, and I like the tie as well. You know, that one's got the drawstring as well.
That's true.
All right, Chris, the Chicago Blackhawks.
Another plain text jersey.
This, you know that meme of, can I copy your homework? Yeah, but change it up so it doesn't look like mine. This is exactly what that is with Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like it is maybe better than the other one. I don't know how much better. It certainly isn't more original. I don't know. The only reason it's any better is because the colors work better. I don't know. It's just nothing special. I don't know if it deserves to be on the bench, but certainly doesn't deserve to be too high on the list.
It's on the bench.
I'm benching it too.
It's on the bench.
It just
okay.
It's bad.
Like there's.
I mean, I shouldn't say the colors look better. The white adds something. Like the black is just so plain. At least this looks like it could be a hockey jersey. Like the Detroit one doesn't even look like a jersey. But no, I agree. Actually, it is.
Yeah, the Detroit one's way too stripy. It's like a freaking croquet stick or something. But this one looks a little bit better, but it's still, like Justin said, it's like copy and paste. Like, not cool.
No, it's kind of insane.
All right, Wes, and now you're finishing it up with the Colorado Avalanche.
See, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the last time around. This time, I kind of like these. Like, I think they're pretty unique. It's definitely like second line for me. Like, it's nothing crazy, but I think it's a pretty cool jersey.
They're not bad. Again, like having two Colorado Rockies themed jerseys is really weird for me. This, I think, is the better of the two. It would have been cool, like maybe they take this, but in the Colorado, like the current colors, like
that would have been cool.
Because this is just a Rockies jersey, so like that, like it's not bad, but it's not anything great, and I don't feel like they put a ton of time into it. So like I would third line it, I think, but I have no problem with second line.
Yeah, I mean, I like that it's simple, actually retro kind of thing, but it they've had their jerseys around for quite a while. Like they have other jerseys to riff on, and to not do that either time. It was kind of original the first time, and maybe they wanted to like keep that going, but I don't know. I don't think it worked as well. I would agree. It's like, I would say probably third line.
What do you think, Wes?
I think that's fair. I think third line's fair.
All right. So now before we close this out, is there anything that we feel like we should move around, or do we have it pretty nailed?
Honestly, it's just the Buffalo one for me, boys. I like that Buffalo jersey.
I want that Canuckleheads.
Just
because I'm biased.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I love the Vegas Knights and the Canucks. I think those probably deserve to be All-Star. We were pretty harsh. Only one made it to All-Star this time, and that was barely. We barely got that in there. But they just did this 2 years ago, and it is pretty hard to keep that playful and keep it different from what was before. And I think overall, honestly, kind of a weaker lineup. I think there was more of a homogenous overall design, just like a few kind of ideas that they were playing on, and just didn't, I don't know, just overall didn't blow me away as much as it did last time.
Yeah, I do think I liked the first batch of reverse retros in total a lot more than this one. But that being said, there are still some teams that did a really good job and needed to also.
And it's kind of funny because teams like Detroit should have really stepped it up, and like Winnipeg, they should have stepped it up, and they did. Detroit just failed again, fell flat on their face.
Like the Islanders, I think we benched last time. They're in second line this time. Like that's a big improvement.
100%.
Yeah, there's a a lot of movement. Like definitely there was, at least they were responding, like I said, kind of an answer to what happened last time in some way or another. I don't think any really like did the same thing as they did last time. Or at least,
outside of Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly. And that was, one of the ones that just needed a bit of a tweak to improve it. So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting to see the evolution for sure.
Yeah, all right. I think that'll wrap this one up. Chris, thank you for putting this all together again. If you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel because we like doing these. So thanks for watching, everybody.